So I'm just in my new property right now. I thought, let me come over quickly and install a socket that's going to be in the cupboard that's behind this wall here. Now the reason why I'm going to put a socket in the cupboard behind this wall is because I'm going to put a fridge freezer in there. At the moment there's no socket in there. In this kitchen it's too small for a decent sized fridge freezer, and that's it has to go in this cupboard. So just before I started installing the socket, I got this bright idea. Why don't I just quickly do an electrical test? And guess what? There's an electrical fault. Obviously, nothing can be that simple. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you how I'm going to find this electrical fault. So imagine there was a socket there before, there will be a socket afterwards. I just took it off to work on it. Now I thought, right, let me just do a quick ring continuity. Tested the red, which is the line conductor, nothing. Tested the black, getting continuity. So I'm like, right, there's a leg down somewhere or a cable has slipped out, something. Unfortunately, sod's law, the whole entire 3-bed house, is on a ring final, So one socket circuit for the whole entire house. Now, what they used to do back in the day, obviously, people didn't have as much appliances and that back in the day. So they used to just wire the whole house on one socket circuit. Nowadays, you have the upstairs on one socket circuit, you have the downstairs on a separate socket circuit, and you have the kitchen on a separate socket circuit. In most 3-bed houses, 2-bed houses and that. Once you start getting to 5-bed houses, it might be a little bit different than that. But yeah, having a socket circuit for upstairs, downstairs, and a separate one for the kitchen is suffice, is more than enough. Like I said, this property was wired a long time ago, probably in the 70s and that. Yeah, they just put one ring in for the whole entire property. So now I have to go in all the rooms and check all the sockets. So instead of just having like 4 or 5 sockets to test, now I've got to go around and test about, I think, 11 or something like that. So like I said, there's no ring continuity on the line conductor, which is the red conductor. So what I did was, each of the legs, the line and neutral, I've put them together. So here you can see the line and neutral here, the line and neutral here. These are the same legs, so the same piece of cable. I've joined it together. I took out the earths, and I'm going to go around and test every single socket between line and neutral for continuity. And where I get the 2 highest points, that's where the fault's going to be. So let's start off upstairs. Right, so this socket here, this is the only socket in this room. This socket here is displaying 1.13. Now I'm going to test both of them, just in case, because sometimes the left one will be higher than the right one, So I don't want to get any confusion. You might get an ultra high reading and think that that's the highest point, and it's not. It's because it's a dodgy socket. So I'm going to go with the lowest reading, which is about 1.05. I'm going to go around and test every single socket. Now I probably will skip out some parts of this video. 1.16, 1.09, 1.20. To be fair, that wasn't even plugged in properly. 1.16. So these are all fairly similar. One in the hallway. 1.60, 1.5. Yeah, fluctuating. Let's see. Right, so that's really low. So I'm assuming that that's the correct reading, not 1.66 or 1.30 or whatever. Look what someone's done. Use the wood screw in the flipping, but they're supposed to put a 3.5 screw. Say about 0.75. Again, same sort of thing. Look, again, flipping putting wood screws in there. Alright, look, we've all done it, yeah? Don't act like you're some Ross Clark saying, but why is it always the right hand socket? Why is it always the right hand terminal? Right, hold on. I'm getting some sort of like similar readings. Now, the way these houses are wired, yeah, is well, I'll explain once I go downstairs. This is how I believe they're kind of wired. I think they will kind of go upstairs, feed one room. So say, for example, there's a socket on the right-hand side of the room above. Then I think they will feed one down there, then go up, feed one that's around this area, then come down, then feed. So I think it's wired like that, because obviously I got the house next door through that wall. I believe it was wired like that. And these houses are all built at the same time. Point 8. Okay. So I'm not thinking that the fault's going to be down, well, not at that socket anyway. So that's really low, which is definitely telling me that the fault is not at that point. Okay. Oh, nice and high, but you never know. 1.44 is quite high, but some upstairs were like 1.45. Look what they done there. They flipping put a screw in the top. What are they doing in this yard, man? I already took that one off there because I was going to change it anyway. .7, oh, that's low. Just one more over there. Yeah, it's low. Ooh, 0.65. But again, the other one is quite low, so yeah, nah, it won't be that. I'm thinking it might be between these two. So I'm gonna drop them and see what happens. Right, so I actually found the fault. The problem with the method that I was using was there were some spurs. So the spurs were giving me higher readings than expected. So that's a spur. So I'll show you where the fault is. The fault's actually upstairs. So I have to take that one off as well just to see. Yeah, the fault's there. So this is the fucker. What they've done was they flipping used a wood screw or plasterboard screw because they couldn't get the plasterboard clip in here, so they just used the wood screw right through there. So but yeah, at least I found the fault. Well, I'm gonna double check anyway, but yeah, should have allegedly found the fault. So I rectified the fault. Took about 5 minutes really just to run around and test all the sockets. So 0.43 end to end on the neutral, which is the black cable. .44 on the line, which is the red cable. 0.42. So initially, when I done the end to end, I didn't know the leads because I didn't care what the reading was. I just wanted to check that it was a ring. Even if I got like a big, huge difference between the line and the neutral, okay, right, then I have to go around and, you know, connect it up. But at least then I'll be a bit more at ease when I'm doing the check, because the last thing you want to do is find a leg that's down. The last thing you want to do is not have continuity on the ring when it's one ring feeding the whole entire house. You see, if you've got sockets upstairs and sockets downstairs and sockets kitchen, let's say on the sockets upstairs, there's a leg down. You just put it on a 16 amp, no problem. Even a 20 amp, no problem. But you don't want to have the kitchen circuit with the washing machine going on a 16 or a 20 amp, really. 20 amp, yeah, but not a 16. Because all it's going to take is for you to have a washing machine on, maybe kettle going, toaster on at the same time, microwave on, bam, trips. So, yeah, I was thinking, hopefully there ain't a leg down, because I ain't looking to rewire this place. Right? But, yeah, that's it. It's done now.